not going anywhere, but I just thought, hey, since I feel, well enough, why not, just go for it and, do my makeup. I'm sorry, that's making me mad. But I thought, why not just do my makeup and hair and go for it, since I'm finally feeling, I'm not 100% better, but they put me on a bunch of different medicines and up some, so I'm just like kind of adjusting. So there's times where I'm wiped out, and there's times where I'm like hecka energetic and want to do everything, then I start crash. So I went to UC Davis on Tuesday, and they said, the doctor went over all of my old lab works and all my ER visits and my doctor visits, all the blood work I've ever drawn and how they came out. And so she said that she was going to keep some of them and she was going to copy them because she needed them because they looked really important to her. And then she goes, there's a couple things I think that it really could be. And I was like, okay, what could it be then? Because, I haven't had answers in 5 years. And she goes, no, we're going to fix this. 5 years is too long for especially a teenager. Well, almost adult. I'll be 20 this year. So, I was telling her, I need to fix this. Like, I can't take it. Like, I want to go out so many times with my friends, and I just can't. Like, I feel like horrible, and I'm like, they're all like, hey, why don't you come out? And I'm like, I can't. I don't feel good. Which makes me feel so bad. But at the same time, it's like taking a risk on my life, because because some of my medicine makes me really lightheaded, I could pass out. Or, just little symptoms, like I'm always dizzy and stuff like that. My friend's like, oh, we can just go to eat, and I'm like, I don't have an appetite anymore. I don't know why. Like, my mom literally has to force me to eat, and I'm like, okay, I guess. Like, I'm not a big fan of eating right now, and that, you can tell that there's something wrong with me by that, because I love food, but at the moment I don't like it. Like, nothing ever sounds good to me. The only thing that I've continuously got that sounds good to me has been McDonald's, which I know is bad, but I mean, at least I'm eating. And then, there's a few things I'll eat, and then I'm sticking to my Smart Water. Sorry, I can't tell what's my phone. This big old thing. Look at, like, way bigger than my head. It's like the size of my forearm, kind of. So it's huge. But, so you guys know I went to see a urologist, and I got, ultrasounds done, I got blood work done, and he got, well, no, he didn't get blood work. It was a urine culture thing, and he didn't see anything, but I guess he got the recordings of my ultrasound, and he said, I think I saw a stone in like some sand, and I was like, what are you talking about? You told me the other day that I was fine, like nothing was wrong at all. And he goes, I know. He goes, but once I started to, go over it again, I started to see that something didn't look right. Because what he was going based off the first time was the report, the radiologist's report. And I really like the radiologist where I go and get my ultrasounds and stuff done, because he caught when my lung collapsed. He was the one that caught it. He called me the next day after being in the ER, and he was just like, they're like, you need to go either, to the doctors right away, or you need to come back here. And I was like, okay, well, what's wrong? Like, I was just there. And they were saying that a part of my lung had collapsed. It was either the beginning of pneumonia or my lung had collapsed. So I went to my doctor, and he looked over it, and he said there was a part of my lung because I wasn't breathing right. Because there's times where I'll go, like, I seriously hold my breath and I forget. And then I'm like, and then, so he said, okay, how your lungs, they have little vessels and stuff in it. Well, one of my vessels collapsed and got stuck together, and that was one of my major parts of my airway. Because as it is, I'm a serious asthmatic. I have 2 inhalers that I have to constantly take. So I'm like, oh, okay, we can do this. And, so, you know, I trust the radiologist, but this, I don't know if it's a different guy or what, but I guess that when my doctor looked over, or the urologist looked over it, it was incorrect. Like, he saw something. Me and my mom even thought we saw something, you know, but then when he called after, it was when I got after UC Davis, and the doctor telling me that, you know, there's 2 things it could be, but I'm not going to say what they are yet because I still have to do a procedure. And then I had got the blood work done because she needed it right away. I got, I had to go to the bank because I thought somebody, like, hacked my card, I guess you could say. But it was just because I was buying stuff on iTunes. So I was like, oh, okay, my bad. And then after that, my mom took me to get lunch in Starbucks because there was only one thing that sounded good to me. And it wasn't McDonald's either. I went to Starbucks and I went to get dim sum. So that was nice. And then we came home and I felt my phone ringing. And I was like, what the heck? Why is it ringing? I'm like, I don't know who's calling me. So I answered it anyways because I don't know all my doctor's numbers. Like, I have some saved, but I don't have his saved. Like, where his assistants call. And, so he called me and he said that, you know, your culture came out fine. It's not showing any signs of infection or bacteria that's growing. And I told him, this is me TMI, but oh wow. I told him that I started to realize in the past couple of days that I have like a bladder leakage. And he goes, oh, because you're not making it to, you know, go to the bathroom on time. I go, no, I don't feel it at all. Like, I don't feel, and it's not a lot. It's just like drips and stuff. And it's weird, like, I don't know. And he goes, yeah, I definitely think there's a stone and some sand, but that's also going to require surgery. And I was like, okay, this is going to suck. And then he goes, you know what, actually, I want to do a procedure on you next Monday. And I was like, why next Monday? Like, what the heck is going on? He goes, I need you to come into the office and we're going to have a little procedure. They're going to put a camera to see my bladder and see, you know, how full it is. And then they're practically going to drain my bladder. So I had to be there for like an hour or so. And then they're going to check it again and see if the sediment is still there, which is like the sand or the stone, and if there's still any fluid in there. Because I drink a whole bunch of water and I'm able to go, it's no problem, it doesn't hurt, but my back has been killing me again. Which, how I said before, I have natural back problems because of a car accident I was in gymnastics. And so I'm like, oh, it's just, you know, my spine's just inflamed. And I was taking medicine for the inflammation of my back. And I was like, okay, you know what, this is fine. We can get through this, it's done. I didn't have any back pain at all. And I was like, oh, well, this is good. But the moment I got off of it, I was just like in pain. Like, it was like serious agony and it hurt. And I was like, okay, I have to figure out what I want to do because there's another doctor I have to see too. I haven't gone to see her either. But yeah, like, I was just going crazy, like, okay, what's going on, you know, can somebody please explain all of this to me? And what the UC Davis doctor said was that it was just something, it's either an inflammation of my stomach and my organs, or there's an infection, or we don't know what it is. So, or I think she said maybe it's not an infection, because I've been on back-to-back antibiotics, so all my doctors completely cut me off from any antibiotics, because the more I'm taking, the sicker I'm getting. And like, it's to the point where like I can't get up. Like right now I'm sitting up and I'm able to record this video because I have to sit up, even though like I'm fine for a little bit, but I have to sit. Sorry guys. I have to sit up and just like kind of relax my back, sort of. So, on how I said before, I'm not good with long trips, like long rides to wherever. Like, I'm not good at it at all. Like, ugh, it just makes me sick. Which is, again, abnormal for me because I was able to drive with my aunts and uncles to Santa Cruz, and I was able to take a trip to San Francisco all the time. So it was just like, what's going on here? Like, I've always felt nauseous. So I brought my computer along, and I took my phone, I had my music on, I was writing, I was, in the zone, so I didn't feel anything. And then on the ride back, I was like, okay, let's see if we can do this again. I didn't use my computer, so I just listened to music on my phone, and I continuously did that, like, just listening to music. And, like, first thing I knew, we were in Lodi, and I was like, okay, well, that was fast. And so, it's just a combination of everything that's getting me. It's like, everything's like, bam, 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 like, okay, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you have to be aware of these things, you need to make sure you're taking these kinds of medicines, and, it's just absolutely insane. Like, I'm so exhausted from everything, because I'm taking 3 pain meds a day, which is, I take 2 antidepressants, 1 Xanax, because they cut me off of that, because I'm on a sleeping aid on top of that. I think I told you that before. Which, I don't think the sleeping aid is working. I mean, I'm sleeping more than what I usually do, but I'm, like, I'll go to bed at, like, 9 or 10, which is early for me. And I try and stay awake till, like, 12 or 11 so I can sleep longer. But I just can't. My body's like, okay, you have something in you to calm you down. Let's go to sleep. And I just shut down, I sleep, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, I'm just gonna sleep. And then I'm up by like 2 or 3 in the morning. So, I mean, that's longer than when I've ever slept, but it's like, why can't I sleep through the night? And I like try and force myself, and I just can't. Like, I don't know, I've been having crazy weird dreams, so I'm like jumping and like twitching in my bed. And my mom would wake me up and say, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I knew I was twitching, but I couldn't figure out why I was. Like, I wasn't dreaming about anything. I saw myself twitching." And I was like, "Well, that was weird because I never twitched like that. I think I was jumpy." And so my mom said, "Well, we're just gonna stick to it. We're not gonna tell them to up it or anything, and it's just gonna stay the same." I was like, "Okay, I could do this." So, yeah, that's it for my medical update for this time. I see my urologist on Monday, and then I see my UC Davis doctor in a month because she needs to go over everything, and then we have to decide which procedure to do, and if there's just medicine I can take. But I think she suggested that most likely I would have to have a procedure, which is like camera pill I told you guys about. You have a camera, you have a pill thing that's a camera, and you swallow it, and it goes everywhere, and they can see everything. So most likely I'm gonna have to do that, but that's not a problem with me. So I'll be staying at UC Davis for a while, maybe like a day or 2, unless we decide to do surgery, then I'll be there longer. But once again, I don't mind surgeries. Like, I don't have a problem with surgeries because I'm so used to it. And so, like, the other day, I don't know if I can show you guys. Ugh. Ow, it still hurts. I don't think you can see it, but right here, I got blood drawn, and that was one of the most painful things ever. Like, I'm used to getting my blood drawn every 1 to 3 months, but, like, the needle retracted so fast that it, like, and it took, like, 2 or 3 hours for me to clot. I was like, okay, this isn't normal. So, yeah, that's it for this medical update. I don't know how many I have. I think almost all of them are medical updates. But I'm gonna get a camera maybe this weekend. Maybe, we'll see. So my videos come out a lot clearer, and I can do makeup tutorials like this look. Yes, I do have false eyelashes on. I have long lashes, but I just like, you know, the extra oomph to my lashes. So yeah, and then I can show you guys how to curl short hair. I don't know, what else do you guys want me to talk about? Like, do you want me to do like advice or something? Just honest, you can tell me anything or write anything on there and I will talk about it. I don't care if it's sex, I don't care if it's teenager stuff, I don't care if it's friendship stuff or family stuff. No matter what, I will talk about it, because I've literally been through everything. So yeah, so today is a pretty good day. I'm just waiting for my test results. I'm so nervous about them. So yeah, I love you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of the day or morning. I really need to get this time thing on schedule, but whatever time it is where you are, good night, good morning, you know, have a great day, all of that kind of stuff. And what I like to say is, have a honestly blessed day. Like, there's so many things that people take for granted. I know what? I'm gonna say this in another video, so shh. And I will continue this video in a couple minutes, and I will write what I have to say. Okay? Bye, guys!